And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to CS Herediano versus Comunicaciones FC in the quarterfinals of the 2023 CONCACAF Central American Cup, Leg 2. Big win for Real Esteli. Before this game played, Real Esteli made it through 3-2 on aggregate in their quarterfinal to play Independiente. So we got two Cinderellas facing off to go to the Central American Cup final to face a big team. Alajuelense is going to hold on, and Herediano and Comunicaciones are both big teams. So we're going to get an underdog versus a big team in the final. But Esteli's going to Champions Cup as well. The play-in is Saprissa versus Motagua, so we got a really big match to play-in as well. But with that being said, CS Herediano contra Comunicaciones FC en la Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Cuartos de final, partido vuelta. 0-0. Global 0-0 or 0-0 aggregate 0-0 esta or global. Anything for Herediano. Basically anybody who wins outright wins the match. Herediano draws, they lose. Because people want to see me cover them. There are people who want to see me cover them, and I have fun covering them, so that's why. We are CONCACAF. That means we cover the Central American games when they pop up. Mocha beats Defense Force. Mocha ends up finishing second in their group. Cavalier ended up holding on. Mocha and Cavalier, the top two. Cavalier and Mocha, the top two in Group A. Miami are done. Starting 11 for CS Herediano: Aaron Cruz, Fernan Ferron, Haxel Quiros, Alan Cruz, Jesus Godinez, Elias Aguilar, Daryl Araya, Yeltsin Tejeda, Everardo Rubio, Miguel Basulto, David Sayago. Shaqiri's kicking their ass. We're not making playoffs for shit. 4-1. Damn. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it happens. I was putting up the TFC video. That's probably why. That's going on in the background. That's probably why. The TFC review is going up, so in the background. So starting a referee, the center ref here at Herediano pick. Let's get 2 out of 4 at least. Selvin Brown of Honduras is the referee. Christian Ramirez, Walter Lopez, the ARs. Raul Castro is the 4th. I can't believe Sears is still in Guatemala. Come see the many sides of Sears. Because it's on Comunicaciones' shirts. Starting 11 for Comunicaciones, Proclamas. No. Freddy Perez, Matias Fraquia, Jose Pinto, Rodrigo Saravia, Jose Contreras, Eric Gonzalez, Jorman Aguilar, Jorge Aparicio, Jose Carrena, Steven Robles, and Juan Anangono for Comunicaciones. 1, because honestly, I don't want to wake up at 10 in the morning to do it. Second of all, they're beating Western Michigan. Third of all, I don't feel like watching it. It's not like we're going for a national championship. Anyway. Yeah, that TFC game going up is probably what's doing it, Moro. It's probably what's doing it. The TFC video going up as I'm doing this is probably why. I'll probably clear up once that video's up, just so you know. It's probably the guess. Game's about to start. That's my guess. Putting up a video as I'm doing this, which I'm basically uploading live and uploading at the same time. That's probably why. And then I'm watching on streaming, so, and I have like 2 other windows up, and I'm have my stream up. That's probably why. But it should clear up when the video's fully in. But we're off in Costa Rica. Herediano, if they win outright, they win the tie. If Comunicaciones draws or wins outright, they win the tie because of away goals, of course. So Herediano has to win this game. They want to go through, they have to win this game. A 0-0 would go to a penalty shootout. If this stays 0-0, we go to a penalty shootout. We go to a shootout. Winner goes to Champions Cup. Loser goes to the semifinals. Loser goes to the play-in to try to get into Champions Cup. What if Herediano faces America? America would rip them apart. The loser will go on to probably face Cartagenas in the play-in to go to the Champions Cup, which they would probably beat Cartagenas. Either of these two. Winner goes to the semifinals to play Alajuelense, most likely. I don't think Alajuelense is going to blow a 3-1 lead with 3 away goals. It's not going to happen. But, we still have to say the likely part because that tie's not over until either Alajuelense scores at home or the final whistle's blown. Either way. 115. A 0-0 draw will go to penalties here. An outright win for Herediano is the only way they could go through. Well, they could go through on penalties as well. But the only way to go through without a shootout for Herediano is an outright win. They draw, they're out. They lose, they're out. A 0-0 draw means they go to penalties. Let's remember that. The small chance that Messi goes to Guatemala is on the line. Well, you still have... If you lose, you still have the lifeline of the play-in against Cartagenas, which I think Comunicaciones would still win that anyway. I still think Comunicaciones is a way bigger club than Cartagenas. Herediano is a lot closer, but Cartagenas, yeah. Comunicaciones should beat. Besides, especially if they get a goal at home. I think you should be fine. They still should be in the Champions Cup. Maybe harder, but they still should make it. Goal kick. Herediano 0-0 on the night and global and aggregate. 0-0 esta noche. 0-0 or 0-0 esta noche y global. But really, whatever happens, that's the result. You don't really need to say it twice. That could be a... Oh, Anangono's down. Anangono's down. Could that be a penalty, or is that... It's a goal kick right now, but referee... Anangono was offside anyway. Yep, he was offside. Goal kick. So, and I think it was more of a clash of heads anyway, so there's no foul there. Cremas, the last Guatemalan team left. We don't have any Honduran teams left, do we? No. Panama. Honduras versus Costa Rica. Honduras versus Costa Rica in the play-in. So, we will not get a Costa Rican versus Costa Rican final or Costa Rican versus Honduran. D-backs swept the Brewers. So basically everybody got swept. So I don't feel so bad. And the Phillies are going to sweep the Marlins. So I don't feel so bad. Go Braves. Go Braves, baby. Go Braves. Go Braves. Go Braves, baby. Cross in. Phillies, Miami, 7-0. I knew they were getting beat, the Miami Marlins. So everybody's getting swept. There's no game 3. There are no game 3s. I'm watching it on FS2. It's on FS2 tonight. It's not on Tubi. It's on FS2. Fox Sports app. Of course, you could also use the incognito window trick if you don't. To watch each half, you don't have your TV provider logged in, of course. You know how that is. And Angono. You know how it is. But it's on FS2. This one's not on Tubi for once. I think there's been more games on Tubi than FS2 for both tournaments, to be honest. Which I think is nice. I think it's easy. Besides, there's going to be some Liga MX games on Tubi as well, on Fox Sports on Tubi. They're going to start putting some on there. So they're starting to use that channel for live sports, which I like it. I like it. Thanks, CONCACAF. Hope you all ain't watching Miami right now. I'm not. I'm watching Herediano Comunicaciones. 0-0, 6 minute. Cross in. Header. Ooh, but I watched Toronto earlier, so I watched hell as well. Fluminense 2-1, 4-3 on aggregate by Fluminense. Playing forward. I stopped watching after Shaqiri brace, aka 4-1. Shaqiri got a brace against you. Yeah, you're not making the playoffs. So the East is still wide open, but it ain't going to be Miami. Thank God they won Leagues Cup. Hey, at least you're still in the Champions Cup. Maybe they needed a new season. At least you're in the Champions Cup. That's fun. Oh, Contreras got freaking... Yeah, that's got to be a concussion. I'm not a doctor, but that's got to be a concussion. Freaking front face, like the chin goes into his head. Yeah, that's got to be a concussion. Like that ain't nice. That ain't nice. There's no Messi. There's no playoffs. They just lost to Chicago. There's no playoffs anyway. I don't think that eliminates them, but it damn near puts the last nail in their coffin. Damn near puts the last nail in their coffin, but, you know. I mean, yeah, that's got to be. That's harsh. Oh. Like, man, that's got to be something. So, that's got to be something. Robles, Contreras. Looks like Contreras is going to play on. Looks like he's going to play on. 9 minutes in. Nil, 0-0. Looks like, nope, Contreras will go onto the stretcher. Now they'll put him on the stretcher. Bloody nose, too. Ooh, my. Bloody nose. Yeah, that's got to be something. Hey, if he didn't get a concussion, he got a busted nose. Got a busted nose. Drop ball for Comunicaciones. They're not making a sub yet. Orlando's beating Nashville. Well, damn, I didn't expect that. That I didn't expect. If you already followed me, I'll follow you back when I'm done. 10th minute. Herediano playing forward. Foul. That'll be a free kick here for Herediano. Who has to win outright. Or they could win on penalties, but a 0-0 draw is a lot harder to keep than just winning outright. And besides, then you have to have the freaking coin flip of a penalty shootout. Ball crossed in. Header. That's a save. As of now, we would be going to a penalty shootout. Messi or Ronaldo? Oh. For me, like, I'll admit Messi's the GOAT. Like, I'm more of a Cristiano fan, but even now, so to speak, but I'll admit Messi's the GOAT, and I respect him. Like, I enjoy watching him now as well. I think I've always been more of a Cristiano fan, but Messi's the GOAT. Full-time Fluminense are now in the final Copa Libertadores. Saludos. Saludos. Fluminense are to the final Copa Libertadores. I would have never thought. Who's your Liga MX team? There are teams I respect more than others. There are teams that I have a soft spot for, but I don't have a favorite Liga MX team. Because to me, they're competition. To me, they're competition for Toronto. Because my highest want is Toronto to win the Champions Cup. We're going to have to run through them. So I don't have a favorite Liga MX team. I have teams I respect more that I have soft spots for, but I don't have a favorite because to me, they're Toronto's competition. To me, they're competition. Why would I have a favorite of competition? Why would I have a favorite that competes with my team? Or in theory should. Or in theory should. Let's put it like that. Why should I have a favorite of competition? But the teams I have a soft spot for, I have a soft spot for Tigres. I have a soft spot for Chivas. Cruz Azul, they're kind of pissing me off. I'm not going to lie. I have a soft spot for Pumas. I have a soft spot for Leon. I'm happy they succeeded. I hate Rotloss. I hate America. I used to have a soft spot for Cruz Azul, but it's not there as much as it used to be. I was rooting for them when they broke their curse. I never did Rotloss. But Cruz Azul, I was rooting for them when they broke their curse. But now they are what they are. But for me, soft spot teams, Tigres, Pumas, Chivas, and Leon. Those are the four that I will sympathize with. That I will sympathize with when it comes down to it. I hate America. I hate Rotloss. Everybody else is in the freaking middle. To me, they're just competition. Rotloss could catch these hands. I agree. 15th minute. So I have 4 soft spots, a team that I'm pissed at but don't hate, 2 hated teams, and then everybody else. The other 12 are just competition to me. Herediano crossed in, cleared. Cross in. That's going to go out. 15th minute. Tigres versus Toluca. Who you got? Ooh. I want to say Toluca. I want to say Toluca because Tigres right now are just mid. They're just mid right now. I think them losing, I mean, they won the Campeones Cup, but them winning that Liga MX was the worst thing that could have happened to them because they needed to rebuild. They needed to reload, and they didn't do it. And they still haven't really done it because, well, I don't think Lainez and Flores are those guys as what they used to be. Yeezus with a 5 says, Rot lost buys refs. I agree. They do. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Fortaleza versus LDU Quito, Copa Sudamericana final, October 28th, Estadio Domingo Bergueno, Maldonado, Uruguay. So Fortaleza could play Miami, or LDU Quito could play Miami. Chat, hit that like button. Run up that like button. Let's go. Yes. Just run up that like button, y'all. Come on. There we go. Toronto video's up, by the way. It is up. So watch that at half. I turned off my phone. I didn't want to hear that shit. I turned off my phone. I didn't want to hear that shit. Just because I didn't want to hear it. There's no crackpot thought behind that. I just didn't want to hear it. So. There you go. Lainez was never that good to begin with. Had my phone been on, I would have got it. And had I been watching regular TV, I would have got it over the TV. But I was watching Golazo and my phone off, so. I know I can get EAS alerts because when there was a tornado warning, back when there was those QLCSs in April or whatever, popped in. So I know I can get alerts. I know I can get emergency EAS alerts. But I just didn't want to hear the frequencies. Plays forward. Over to Bar. 19th minute. Anangono plays forward. Shot. Save. As of now, we'd still be going to penalties. Or we'll be going to penalties at the end of the match. Cruz. So, there we go. 20th minute, 0-0. Settle is settled. Esta noche y global. There we go. Right now, Herediano and Comunicaciones are fighting to go to the Champions Cup to be the third of the 4 teams in the semifinals of this tournament and the third of 6 to be in the Champions Cup out of this tournament. Of course, the prelim or the play-in round happens with the semifinals, so we'll know the final 2 to join then. The ones who get in by the skin of their teeth by winning a 2-round tie. But yes, Saprisa's eliminated from trophy contention, but they could still get into the Champions Cup through the play-in round. The loser of this game will be eliminated from trophy contention, and then it looks like Cartagenas will be eliminated from trophy contention. But anything can happen. 21st minute, shot. Nothing there. 21st minute of 90. Tomorrow's the last leg of the semifinals between Palmeiras and Boca Juniors. There's no extra time, only penalties if necessary. The winner will face against Fluminense in the final of the Copa Libertadores. Palmeiras and Boca. I want it to be Boca because I want Messi to play an Argentinian team in that Copa Interamericana. Yeah. Cross in. Yes. If he was training with them at the center, I think he will be naturalized and he'll play for the window. I think he will. I think he'll make it. Just a hunch. Cleared. Oh. Looks like are they trying to say there was a handball? I don't think there was a handball. No. There was no handball on Herediano or Comunicaciones. They're trying to say there was a foul there. But there's a penalty. It is a penalty for Herediano. Herediano to take the lead here. Steven Robles gets a yellow card. 22nd minute. And it looks like Angel Sayago will take this penalty. And if he scores, Herediano has the lead. And all they have to do is hold on to that lead and they're through to the semis. He doesn't score this penalty, we're still sitting where there will be a shootout, and we'll see if he can redeem himself. But 22nd minute, I didn't see a handball or a foul, so this is a lucky penalty. Does ball lie? And it does. Goal! 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 Goal de Herediano! Goal de Angel Sayago! 1-0. Penales. Penal. Goal. Herediano. Goal. Sent the keeper the wrong way. I didn't see no handball and I didn't see no penalty or no foul. So that was lucky. But ball lies. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Pops it into the net. Herediano has that lead. Sayago. Boom. Herediano has the lead. And if they hold on to this lead, they're through. If it ends up being a draw, they're eliminated. There is no possibility for a penalty shootout now. Comunicaciones could either draw or win outright. They go through. Herediano holds this lead. They go through. So, or builds on it, then holds. They go through. So, Herediano basically has to win. They just have to win. That's their thing, is win. Win. They don't win, they're out. Right now, they're going through. Right now, Herediano will be going through to play CS or El Alajuelense, most likely. Most likely looks like Herediano versus Alajuelense, which is a semi-classico in Costa Rica. It's a Costa Rican versus Costa Rican match, but it is a semi-classico. It is not the biggest rivalry, but it's a rivalry nonetheless. 24th minute. Waiting on my Amazon package has me crazy. It's so late. Like, is it something that's really needed, or is it something that's really needed, or is it just something you're waiting for? Because that's a difference. Now, to me, packages, like if I order something, stuff comes pretty quickly, except if it's a brand new jersey that just came out or it's a customized. It takes a little bit longer. But I normally get stuff pretty quickly. It's candy. Well, you probably want to get that quicker. I'm not going to lie. You probably want to get that a bit quicker. Cross in. Yeah, true. Probably would want to get that stuff quicker. Yeah, I'm surprised Amazon is slow. I always get stuff pretty quickly. If I order some, I get it within the week and a half at latest. In most cases, shot over the bar in most cases. Now, there are some cases that don't, like a new jersey that just came out or a customized, but, in most cases. Most cases, I get things in about a week and a half. '27th minute. Herediano has the lead. Freeze-dried candy, have you tried it? It's one-day shipping. I'm overreacting. I've never tried. Oh, that's where the freeze-dried candy question came yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I've never tried freeze-dried candy itself, like what poppin' candy does or whatever. I've never tried freeze-dried candy. I've tried freeze-dried food. I've tried freeze-dried meals. I've tried freeze-dried astronaut ice cream. I think I've tried a freeze-dried ice cream sandwich before as well. I've tried, again, Mountain House beef stroganoff, Mountain House mac and cheese. I love Mountain House beef stroganoff. That is an amazing meal. Mountain House beef stroganoff is amazing, just so you know. It is wonderful. Like, it may be freeze-dried, but you get that thing reconstituted with some hot water, man. It's amazing. Mountain House beef stroganoff is just, yeah, freeze-dried Skittles. I've seen those before. I've never tried them, but I've seen them. But I'm just saying, I've had my share of freeze-dried food and ration food, but I've never had freeze-dried candy. But again, Pumas 4-0 Querétaro. Just, if you ever see Mountain House beef stroganoff, I'd say try it. Is that a bounce or is somebody fighting? Huh. I don't know, man. Okay. Necaxa 1-1 Cruz Azul. WTF. What's that for? Talking about the Pumas result or are you talking about the bounce? I know one about Necaxa Cruz Azul, or were you talking about what I was saying? I don't know. But again, like Mountain House beef stroganoff, it is freaking delicious. Today I had the crazy urge to only want to listen to Olivia Rodrigo and Ness Barrier. Who is Ness Barrier? Philly swept the Marlins. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I mean, I know who Olivia Rodrigo is, but Ness Barrier, who? Who? 29th minute. Nessa Barrett. Oh, okay. Now I know who that is. I've heard the name before. Think I vaguely know what she looks like. But other than that, I haven't listened to her music. Got to keep my eyes on the Western Conference games. Don't blame me. But you do have the night off, so your team. Not you, because you got to watch these games. 30th minute. Olivia Rodrigo has recently come back into my top 5. I'm going to guess you're saying that musically. Tubia's Yu-Gi-Oh! On. That's pretty cool. 1-0, 3-0, 1-0. Esta noche. Y Global. 31st minute. Thought so. I mean, her music's okay. No update between Dallas and Colorado. Still delayed. What's going on down there? Like, I mean, Olivia Rodrigo's music is okay. In my book. Very easy to look at, though. Rodrigo is a person, probably not the best, but not the worst. I mean, if her music's anything to go by and she actually writes her own shit, yeah, she's definitely a red flag. At times. If she writes her own stuff. If she's just singing stuff that other people are writing, then that's a different story. That's a different story. Cross in. Herediano shot save. I don't think she writes her own music, but weather in Colorado's good, but the game's in Texas. Austin beat DC 3-0. Man, DC sucks. But again, advantage played. I'm not so sure. That should have at least been a free kick. Raining cats and dogs in Dallas. Yeah, I think I heard about, this is the system that I heard about on Max Weather, yeah. Yeah, it's that severe weather system that's in the Great Plains, yeah. So I'm not surprised, no. Or in the South, in Texas, but the Great Plains was supposed to get it. Header over the bar, 33rd minute. We all knew DC would fall off well before the second. Taxi found his racial abuse allegations. They weren't even good before the allegations. Like, they were mid before the allegations. Now they fell off. But I felt like they were going to fall off even if they didn't happen. Oh, hold on. There is a tornado warning south of Dallas. There you go. Well, there you go. Severe weather, yeah, they're in the enhanced. There it is. To the SPC. 34th minute. 34th minute. Yeah, the game's not going to be played. Yeah, I don't think so. From what I could tell, no. 35th minute. That's going to get postponed, which I don't know when it will. Probably to the next day, but it's not going to play tonight. That is a big system, and there's a tornado warning south of Dallas, which I don't know if Frisco's to the north or south, but if it's to the south, it's in that warning. Yeah, I have to give them that, yeah. And I don't know if I'd say Losada's a better manager than Nancy, but yeah, they've done pretty damn well. They've done pretty damn well, Montreal. They've done pretty well. .36 minute. Well, yeah, true. But 36 minute. A little bit to the north, but it's probably still in that system. Well, yeah, it is still in that system, but some of this which could be severe. The Storm Prediction Center has issued a severe thunderstorm watch across areas of Texas and Oklahoma. The bigger threat comes tonight across parts of the southern plains. Large hail and severe winds, some which could be significant, will be the main threats. But you could still have a spin-up tornado. You can still have the rotation, spin-up tornado. Of course, as there's a warning. Now you got me wanting to look at the radar more, what's the word? More close. Jeez. That warning is still up. Waxahachie. Southern Plains radar. That does not. Okay, there it is. I need the frickin'. There it is. High res. Boom. Thank you. Oh, that is a big hook. Midlothian, Oakleaf, Red Oak, Lancaster, Glen Heights, Mountain Park. That is a big old hook. Jesus. Jeez, that's gotta be something. Oh my Lord. That is a big old hook. That is a notch. Oh Lord. 37th minute. That is a big old hook. That's got to be on the ground. That's got to be on the process of getting on the ground, if not already on the ground. That's got to be a PDS warning. Got to be. Wow. Wow. That's a 950 scan. There will be another scan in 2 minutes, but wow. There we go. Let's read this. No. Man, I'm worried for people in Dallas. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'm worried. That is a big old hook. 38th minute, 1-0. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know. And it's on a line, and it's on a line of storms, and that's a big old notch. That tells you everything you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know. Let's read this tornado warning. National Weather Service in Fort Worth has issued a tornado warning for northwestern Ellis County in north central Texas, southern Dallas County in north central Texas until 10:30 p.m. Central Time. At 9:42 Central Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Midlothian, moving east at 30. Hazard tornado and $50 size hail. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that tells you everything. Source, radar indicated rotation. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This storm will be near Cedar Hill and Midlothian around 9:50 p.m. CDT, which is already over there. Waxahachie, Ovia, and Oakleaf around 9:55. Glen Heights and Red Oak around 10. Ennis around 10:15. Palmer around 10:20. Other storms impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Ike, Garrett, Trumbull, Pecan Hill, Boyce, Rocket, Indiana, and Joe Pool Lake. This includes following highways: Interstate 35E between mile markers 399 414. Interstate 45 between mile markers 251 and 270. 1.25-inch hail max size. Yeah, that's a storm. That's a big old storm. Something's got to be on the ground, at least on the process. Like that, 5 minutes to go, still 1-0 in the first half. Like there's got to be some on the ground. Good for you. You can still get tornadoes. Did you not see the tornado back in like January, February? It wasn't that strong, of course, but it still happened. Man. I hope that's not on the ground. I hope that's not on the ground. Oh, that is still kicking. Hell, that's stronger now. 953 scan. That looks even stronger now. Man, I wish I had the correlation coefficient or debris ball because that can't not be on the ground. That can't not be. That can't not be on the ground. 41st minute. That has to be. That has to be. I know what I'm seeing, and that has to be on the ground. There's even a little bit of an eye in the notch. This hail might be worse than what delayed the Dodgers-Rockies game back in June. I'd say about a half dollar size hail. Yeah, that's probably getting there. If Dallas is getting the same as in the core there. Which they may not. But that looks like that's definitely the worst storm in the line. That hail's real bad. How big was it? This is the worst storm in the line, and there is a line. Dallas itself is just on a line of storm in the line. They've passed the edge. This storm near Waxahachie, Midlothian, that is the worst storm in the line. So I don't think Dallas is getting as bad as what they are. I don't think so. Cross in, headed away, off the post. Nobody's going to be playing tonight. I don't think so. No. But who would have thought y'all were going to see me freaking analyze a thunderstorm on live? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Analyze a severe thunderstorm on live. You don't know where these are going to go. You don't know where these are going to go, but that's the fun of it. But that's got to be on the ground. No, that's got to be on the ground. I know what no, that's got to be. I'm surprised it's not an emergency yet or a PDS warning. It can't be. It's got to be because I knew you would do it at some point. I didn't know there was something this strong though, but that's on the ground. Like, I would be shocked if it wasn't on the ground. If I had the correlation coefficient or the freaking on the National Weather Service radar, you can't look at correlation coefficient or the gate-to-gate shear, but I would put money on that being on the ground. I'd put that money. That big of hail, that's on the ground. It's got to be. It's got to be. I'd be surprised if it wasn't or hasn't been. If it hasn't been. Seattle 1-0 LA Galaxy. That's had to be on the ground, or if it is. I'd say that. Looking at that, like, through a line of storms, I've never seen an echo that strong. It's got to be. And I've seen some echoes on lines, but they're normally just notches. That is a hook echo on the line of a storm. On a QLCS, a quasi-linear system. That's got to be on the ground. It's got to be. True. And I taught myself. See if there's a new scan. There's got to be a new scan. Free kick here for Herediano or Comunicaciones. Let's see. That's starting to weaken up a bit. Yeah, it's starting to calm a little bit. That's 10 o'clock. It's right on time. It's past the post. Minnesota 1-0 LAFC. Damn, LAFC might miss the playoffs. That's starting to weaken a bit. That's good. It doesn't have the same look. It's starting to wrap up. That could mean it looks more like a weakening wrap up though. It doesn't have the eye. It doesn't have the obvious inflow notch. I think it's starting to weaken up a bit. That's good news. So the best apps for weather, National Weather Service, and what else? Weather.com, 4 minutes stop. Weather.com, weatherchannel.com isn't the best. I wouldn't, it's not the best. I would go National Weather Service, Tropical Tidbits if you're looking at models. As of National Hurricane Center if you're looking at hurricanes, but like at the time, Tropical Tidbits isn't. You would go to, of course, that for the models. National Weather Service is good. I also like, yeah, I'd say National Weather Service is the best to go. What Radar Omega is pretty good if you have the money to put on for that. If you have the money. As a TV channel, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're better. Their website sucks. But Radar Omega, if you have the money to freaking be a member on that and get the app, I would do it. Weather Service is a good free one. National Weather Service is a good free. Of course. Of course, your local channel is good at times, I think. Mine are. Local news, weather sites, they're pretty good. Tropical Tidbits is good for models, whether it's tropical models or severe weather models. So that's the way I see it. Weather Channel's website isn't great. They're good as a channel. They're not good as a website. Their website's not good. Weather Underground used to be good, but then Weather Channel bought it. I used to love Weather Underground. National Hurricane Center if you're looking at hurricanes too, but LAFC tied it up 1-1. Well, there you go. But Radar Omega is like the best paid radar, I would say. So, app. '48th minute. Denny Bwanga scored. There we go. I think I had him on my freaking squad pick, so that's good. Let's go. I had him on my squad pick, so let's go. And it looks like there's a fight. Or at least they're pushing their coaches back. 48th minute. I think I had him on my squad pick. I think. So, good. Had him on my squad pick, so let's go, baby. I cannot believe there are still I know you hate AccuWeather, but the AccuWeather website isn't the best. I don't like it either. Speaking of, Jose Pinto gets a yellow card. No snow until December 23rd. Well, I mean, we're under a La Nina year, so it's here. That's very likely. Now, you could say, but why is the hurricane season so active in the Atlantic? The waters are very warm in the Atlantic. The waters are abnormally warm, and that's why we have a hyperactive season. We could still reach that alternative list or the auxiliary list this season. I mean, I kind of want to see it because we have El Nino year, but the Atlantic is so warm, there are still storms that have formed to the point where we might just hit the alternative list, the auxiliary list. So, but it's still a strong El Nino. If you look at the ENSO level and if you look at the ENSO level and the Nino 3.0, like the markers are saying we are in El Nino. So the Atlantic is very, very weirdly warm and very weirdly active. A hyperactive season during El Nino doesn't happen much. But then again, the list 3, that's a cursed list. So maybe that's why. Halftime, it's 1-0, 1-0. Esta noche y global. Herediano got the penalty, but the game's getting a bit chippy. Let's see where this goes. But here, Colorado should be getting snow before the 23rd. I'm surprised they haven't got it already, at least the Rockies. But most of the state is mountainous, so you should be getting snow by the end of October, early November. Here, though, December 23rd, mid-December sounds about right. At least that's what Ryan Hall said. So, which I believe what he says. Because I think he's a good meteorologist. So, yeah, it'd be definitely weird for y'all. For here, yeah, not really. Not really. Now, the Eastern Seaboard, they're going to get a good couple of nor'easters, but you still have that tropical gyre. They'll get a good couple of nor'easters. It'll be wet here, but I don't know about snowy. I don't know if it'll be cold enough. But the 23rd sounds about right. Mid-December. But that's about normal, honestly. Early, mid-December, that's about normal. But with that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. Get this one going. Push on. 1-0. 1-0. Yeah. I would think that would be about right. Here we go. Stats are as follows at the half. 5 shots to 9, 4 on goal to 3. No assists on either side because it was a penalty. 3 steals to 6, 4 fouls to 8. 48% possession to 52% possession, 0 offside to 0, 2 corners to 4, 133 correct passes to 160, 40 incorrect passes to 34, 173 passes to 194, 77% pass accuracy to 82. Cards, 0 yellows to 2, no red cards on either side. Right now, I think Herediano's playing the better game. I think they have the goal. Comunicaciones has knocked on the door a couple of times, but Herediano, they're doing what they have to do to get this tie. They got the penalty, which I think was a ghost penalty. I don't think there was anything to it, but it was a penalty. It was called a penalty, given a penalty. 62,124 attendance at the Fire game. There you go. Well, there you go. And Messi didn't even play. What'd you make of the Cali Hurricanes? Tropical Storm Hillary. It was a rainy storm, but people who live there basically said it was nothing. Like, yeah, it was historic because a tropical storm made landfall in California for the first time in a long time, since the 30s, I think, which is also crazy during an El Nino year. But they basically said it was just a lot of rain, which you could tell that's really what it was as well if you were watching the coverage. Like, I don't think the name Hillary will get retired. There were a couple of mudslides, but I don't think the name will get retired. It would be, if they did retire the name Hillary, it would be a Tropical Storm Allison level of retirement. Like, Tropical Storm Allison had a lot of flooding in Houston back in 2000. So, I mean, I'm not saying it didn't deserve to get retired, but people, unless you were in it or you know tropical weather, you know the history, you wouldn't understand why that name was retired. Like, you had to see what that storm did to that area or know the histories of tropical weather. If you didn't live in Houston or you're not a tropical nerd like me, which I am, let's be completely honest, I'm a tropical expert, tropical nerd, weather nerd, but first it was tropics, then severe weather. But retiring the name Hillary would be like retiring the name Allison. And I'm not saying that it didn't deserve to get retired. The name deserved, at least Allison did. I don't think Hillary does. But it'd be very similar. There was a lot of rain. And the infrastructure set up, yes. I mean, yes, of course, the infrastructure set up, the mudslides, like that the rain is the reason why it'll get retired. It wasn't the wind. It isn't, there were deaths, but there weren't Katrina level or Gustav level or Ike level or Sandy or Idalia or Ian or just any big name you want to throw out there. It sucks that and most of those were because of those mudslides and flooding. Because, again, people don't listen to turn around, don't drown. They drive, which makes no sense. Like, no, stay inside until it's cleared. That's what it wasn't. It was the storm's effects, but it wasn't like the wind or somebody getting, the debris or anything. It was people choosing to go out and drive in a mudslide or a flood. Of course, it's sad, but they always say, turn around, don't drown. They say it for a reason. They say it for a reason. They don't say it just to say it, you know? Like, that's not just, hey, we don't. That's looking out. Driving during a flood, like the water is so fast, you don't know how fast that water's going. You don't know how fast that current is. You get stuck. You could get moved into a bridge, crash. Screws up your brakes too. So, Hurricane Philippe today, Sunday from Lindbergh Bay, St. Thomas Island, Virgin Islands, including Bermuda. But again, to me, yes, there was a lot of rain. It hurt the infrastructure. I could see why they retired the name Hillary. out of the Eastern Pacific list, I could see it happening. But then like 2 weeks later, Idalia happened and everybody forgot about it except people who live there. Idalia happened. So, and Idalia was the worst storm to ever hit the Big Bend in Florida ever. Like, the storm surge came up so damn quickly in Florida. If you watch the coverage, Cantori standing on that freaking 30-foot building, that 30-foot deck, whatever it was. That storm surge started from freaking nothing to like 17, 18 feet in like 2 hours when it came in. We've seen weird weather outside of the summer. Hillary's one of them. The night the Nuggets won the finals was actually a cold night. I saw my breath. Sometimes in May it could get that cold, but yeah. And also in the mountains it could get cold because of the elevation. Oh, it was June. Okay, no, that could... Well, it was nighttime. But okay, yeah, true. Yeah, that is weird. But I mean, I could see it like when you're in the mountains, like in the low temperature, like it could get that low. But again, probably be bad. But again, but it's a more memorable night, so of course it'll be remembered, you know. So I get it. Yeah, it does seem a bit weird, but there's a reason why freaking snow can happen in April in Colorado because of the fire. When the Avalanche won the cup, I couldn't see my breath and it wasn't even cool outside. Well, that was about the same time the year before, so there you go. Saturday and Sunday, Maine and Atlantic Canada, Philippe is going to hit. Okay. Yeah. Tropical Storm Philippe. Second half's about to start. But again, I could see the name Hillary getting retired, is my point, from the Eastern Pacific list. It would be very similar to when the name Allison got retired from the Atlantic list. And I think it's a little bit of a jumping the gun situation, especially, well, I wouldn't say. But it'll be something where people are like, why'd the name get retired like 10 years or 15 years from now? It'd be like, it was all the rain, the flooding, so on and so forth. It's just like the Allison situation. So it doesn't take a strong storm to... Point is, it doesn't take a strong storm to give you a lot of impacts, and it also only takes one when it comes to landfalls. If there's one landfall and storm, that could be a bad situation. Like Florida in 2004, it really only takes one. Substitute here for Herediano. Ruiz coming on. Ruiz comes on for Alan Cruz. Will the last quarter of the year be normal weather-wise this year? As we were establishing, snow, some places could be later. It could be later because of the El Nino in the Pacific. In the West, it actually might be earlier. In the East, there'll be a good bit of snow. Midwest, it could be a bit later. I don't think it'll be that late in Colorado. Severe weather-wise, I think we could have some more severe weather outbreaks in the winter because on the warmer, wetter regions, we could have more severe weather outbreaks, and also Dixie Alley. But Dixie Alley is pretty normal. Even if it's more, it's still pretty normal. I would say it'll be slightly weird, but I don't think anything too out of the ordinary will happen. Later snows, maybe a little bit more severe weather in the south, but again, Dixie Alley gets hit incessantly anyway during the winter, La Nina or not. Not La Nina neutral or El Nino, it gets hit a lot. It might get hit more because of the southern jet, but Dixie Alley's Dixie Alley. But do I think there's going to be a really late season hurricane, like late November, hitting the Gulf? No. Could there be a late name storm? Like, could we get like a December name storm and have it on the freaking auxiliary list? Yes. Do I think we'll have a really strong hurricane in late November that hits the Gulf or hits the Caribbean or Central America? Maybe Central America, but not the Gulf. It could happen. The Gulf is still warm as hell, and it'll still be pretty damn warm in November. So, if anything, it could happen. But there could be some weird moments, but I don't think it's going to be wholly weird. But it'll be interesting. Thoughts on the rumors that Justin Timberlake and NSYNC are coming to Yankee Stadium next year, Moore City Field game next year for NYCFC, I guess. Oh yeah, Timberlake and NSYNC are back together for a reunion tour. They got to make that money. I'm not surprised they're going to Yankee Stadium. It's NSYNC. You're going to get the teeny boppers, the former teeny boppers, to go there. Just imagine if the Backstreet Boys are part of it. No. Or Boys to Men. No, we're not going to bring up Jodeci. No. Or New Kids on the Block. They were always the frickin'... And Jodeci's music was honestly better than what Boys to Men, but they were never the high level. Jodeci was never that high level band over Boys to Men, but Jodeci's music was better. Jodeci's music was better than Boys to Men. But New Kids on the Block, Jodeci, they aren't even in that conversation. At least popularity-wise. So, New Kids on the Block's music did suck, though. Or at least it wasn't as good as Backstreet or NSYNC. But Jodeci, though. They had better music than Boys to Men. They had better music. They weren't as popular, but they had better music. Galaxy don't have a shot. Really? Damn. I thought they were better than that. I thought they were starting to get into a good position. Edge is all elite. Your thoughts? I mean, if Edge... I'm surprised he kept Metalingus. I'm surprised he got to keep his theme. Hey, I'm happy. Hey, if you wanted to have more matches, All Elite wanted to let him have more matches. So I'm not going to complain about it. WWE wanted to use him as an attraction, and he didn't want that. He wants to wrestle. More power to him. More power to Edge. He wants to wrestle. He don't want to be an attraction. Or he wants to be an attraction, but he doesn't want to be... Goal! 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 Goal de Herediano! 2-0. Sayago again with his second. Puts this game away. That's the one they needed. They needed a second just to be completely safe. Maybe a third, but two, I don't think Comunicaciones are going to score two. If they scored one in the first half, maybe, but I don't think they'll knock on the door after that. That might have been the backbreaker. Sayago, he's onside. Beautiful shot, puts it through the legs of Perez, and that's going to do it. Herediano has the 2-0. Now it's just a different tag for You Think You Know Me for Edge's song in AEW, which Beth Phoenix actually did the tag, his actual wife. But the song is the same. Like the actual song is the same. There's no remix. It is still the same Metalingus by Alter Bridge. But Edge wanted to wrestle more than just 10 times a year, and he chose to go to AEW. They're going to let him wrestle every week, pretty much, or every other, more than 10 times a year. And he wants to put people over. 50th minute, Sayago goal. He wants to put people over. Hey, if that's what he wants to do, more power to him. It just sucks that he left the WWE, like, late on in his career. Like, now he chooses to go to AEW, which you could say most of his career there wasn't really ever any competition besides Impact, and he was never going to go there. And you could say that, but like, if you're already basically your whole career is WWE, that it's weird to go to the other guys, you know? It's like weird to go to the other guys, you know? But if it helps him, if it lets him show up in New Japan, now that's something I'd be interested in. Who's to say that it doesn't have Edge not show up? Edge could show up in New Japan. Who knows? Like, he could show up in New Japan. I mean, geez. I mean, I'm good with that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Or he could wrestle somebody from New Japan. Some sort of dating show. 53rd minute. Edge will definitely wrestle somebody from New Japan, because if he stays in AEW long enough and doesn't get hurt, they'll have Forbidden Door. He'll wrestle somebody from NJPW or New Japan, NJPW, New Japan. Preferably, I'd want it to be Naito versus Edge would be a really good match. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Naito versus Edge. That sounds awesome. Please don't be. Well, Jay White, I could see that as well. Jay White, if he stays. Oh, wait, he left. He left New Japan, didn't he? He hadn't gone to WWE yet, but he left New Japan. Did Jay White go full AEW, didn't he? Maybe he did. But Jay White versus Edge, maybe. There we go. He went full AEW, okay. Yeah, Jay White went full AEW, but so we can still see Edge versus Jay White anytime, really. There we go. I want AEW to come to Citi Field. They probably could. I could see it. Oh, Comunicaciones scored. Carrana gets one back. This game is not over yet. What a chip from midfield. Checks keeper and just freaking whams it. It's 2-1. 2-1. Game ain't over yet. Remind you, any scoring draw would knock out Herediano. Comunicaciones gets one back. What a chip from midfield. There ain't no backbreaker now. Carrana scores what could be a lifeline. Comunicaciones has been knocking on the door. Now they just got to get one that's not a surprise. That was genius. That was genius. Jose Carrana, 54th minute, scores. Yep, Jose Carrana in the 54th minute, 2-1, 2-1. But it's not over yet. Qataris have just announced PSG is folding as a club. They're shutting the whole thing down. They got so embarrassed by Newcastle, they're folding. Ha ha! I know it's a troll. I know. But it'd be hilarious if it was true. It'd be hilarious if it was true. But Comunicaciones are not dead yet. They still got a chance. If they draw this, they're through. Thanks to away goals. Anangono goes down. That is a yellow card. Rojas. Rubio. Everaldo Rubio gets the yellow. 56th minute. Is that the Alan Cruz who got subbed out? The Alan Cruz that got subbed out, didn't he play for Cincy? That can't be the one who played for Cincy. He did. play for Cincy. He played for Herediano, went to Cincy, went back to Herediano. That is the Alan Cruz who played for Cincy. Yep. There you go. Free kick here for Comunicaciones. Cincinnati, 7 goals, 1 goal, 1 goal, 9 goals. Yeah, he used to play for Cincy. I knew that name was familiar. 2-1 LAFC Bouanga. There's Bouanga. Cross in. Shot. Played in. Cleared. Herediano has to hold on. This game is not over yet. Herediano got to hold on for dear life. They got to hold on to win this game. No. Header. Ooh. Foul. Free kick for Comunicaciones. They take it quick. Comunicaciones have been re-energized by that freaking chip. Just look at them. May not be over yet. They've been re-energized from that freaking chip. That Czech keeper chip. Oh, boy. They have been re-energized. Just look at them. You could tell. I mean, they were knocking at the door at times in the first half, but they've been re-energized. They ain't dead yet. They ain't dead yet. Let me tell you. Long ball. Now, Herediano scores another. This might be the one, though. What a save. Shot. Shot it. It's going to trickle over the line. Goal. No, free kick. Nope. It's not a goal. It trickled over the line, but I guess they called a foul. They called a foul. I don't exactly see how it's a foul, but runs into the keeper. That's probably why. Keeper got kicked in the face as he made the ball trickle over the line, so that's probably what the foul was. Free kick. That could have closed the game, but it did not. It's a free kick. It is a free kick for Comunicaciones, which, I mean, the keeper got kicked in the face, so, yeah. I mean, he sort of put himself in that position, but it's still a foul. It is still a foul, no matter if you put yourself in the position or not. Shot! Oh, past the post. Keeper almost gets embarrassed again by Anangono this time, but he puts it past the post. I was like, damn. Anangono almost embarrassed the keeper again, but he puts it past the post. Comunicaciones might just freaking tie this up. They might end up tying this up. They might just end up winning this tie. Well, damn. Playing forward. Here they are. Pinto fouled. Nope. Nope. Advantage play. Saravia fouled. Shot. What a save. There's a save. Let's remember that they've played 3 straight games. 3 Central American Cup games have been played straight by these 2 teams because at the end of their group stage, they played each other. Herediano won that one. They played each other in the final game of the group stage. This is the 3rd. So it's basically been a best of 3. It's basically been a best of 3 if you really want to get down to brass tacks. It was a 2-1 Herediano win in Guatemala. They drew 0-0 in the last match. Going back to Guatemala, and now at home, they're winning 2-1, which is enough as of now for Herediano. But overall, they still won 4-2 on aggregate. Over the past 3 games, they've beaten Comunicaciones 4-1. They've been the better team throughout all 3. If only they picked up an away goal. They might be kicking themselves if they don't get another goal. They might be kicking themselves. I mean, they're still leading, but they still need another goal. They might be kicking themselves. They might be kicking themselves if they don't get another. Saprissa got beat by Real Esteli on aggregate. Motagua lost to Kai. Herediano right now will beat Comunicaciones as this stands, and Alajuelense is beating Cartaginez, and that probably won't change. Garcia and Lopez coming on. So right now it looks like it is Kai versus Real Esteli in one semifinal. Herediano versus Alajuelense in the other as it stands. Then the play-ins are Comunicaciones Cartaginez, Saprissa Motagua. So 2 of those teams will go to Champions Cup as well. Motagua versus Saprissa. I don't know where that's going, to be honest. I'm interested. Throw in Herediano. I'm interested. Cartaginez versus Comunicaciones. I kind of know where that'll go. Or at least I think I have an idea. Lopez Aparicio. Aparicio for Lopez. But then again, the fact that Esteli and Kai are in the semifinals kind of tells you don't know. Save. You don't know how this is going to go. It is. I guess it is. Aguilar for Garcia. I guess it is hard to win here. It's hard to play here, and it's even harder to win here. I guess they're right. But there you go. So we have still left in the tournament. What we have still left in the tournament is, for trophy contention, is the Group B winner, the Group B runner-up, the Group C winner as of now, the Group D. So Group B has 2 teams, Group C and Group D. Group A has no teams left. I didn't know that was the weakest group. Jeez. I thought it was Group D. But then again, Motagua got knocked out anyway. But Saprissa, I expected better. I still think Saprissa is better than Motagua, but we'll get there when we get there. Save, 63rd minute. Friday, you'll hear what I think. You'll hear what I think on Friday. 63rd minute. No foul? Nope. The freeze-dried Skittles taste like Skittles with a stale Cheeto texture. Yeah, because most of the flavor in the Skittle comes from the outer layer, the shell. And the shell gets broken. I've seen freeze-dried before. I've seen it. I see the white is out more than the frickin'. It's mostly white when it gets freeze-dried. So the chewy part. So that's probably why they're a bit stale. Is you're getting more white. You're getting more of the chewy part than the shell, which actually has the flavor. And besides, when you freeze-dry some, it probably takes out the flavor as well a little bit. So that probably doesn't help either. But yeah, if you eat the freaking chewy parts of a Skittle by itself, whether you dry it or not, it probably would taste like something stale. Because that's not where the flavor is. It's in the shell. The flavor's in the shell. Also, same thing for M&M's, but at least there's chocolate, so it'll taste like something even if you didn't have the shell. But Skittles, though, it's like a gummy. It's like gelatin or whatever. Like a hardened gelatin in the middle. So if you don't have the shell, you don't have the flavor. Most of it. Imagine having no snow on the go-around for Christmas. I hope we have some... Well, we haven't had a white Christmas. Oh, we had a white Christmas last year, didn't we? We had snow on the ground on Christmas, I think last year. But before that, I think 2011. Like, if it's a white Christmas, I want it to snow on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, you know? I don't want it to be, like, sitting on the ground starting to just melt. That's not a white Christmas to me. Like, it's got to snow on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Hell, I'll take Christmas Eve for that matter. But Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, you know. Meteorologically, it's 1 inch on the ground on Christmas, but to me, it snows on Christmas Eve while I'm watching Full Metal Jacket, which that didn't happen, but just throwing that in there. A Christmas Eve when Trackathon, or snows on Christmas Day. I had snow on Christmas before. I don't remember when, though. Like, it snowed on Christmas in, like, 2011, which that was cool. Imagine if the days leading up to Christmas were warm like LA. I would hate it. I would hate it. I think it's happened once before in my life, but I would hate it. I didn't really think about it, but if I was, I'd be like, this don't feel like Christmas. 3-1 Bawanga hat trick. There we go. Comunicaciones playing forward, 67th minute. I would hate it. Like, it'd be like, it don't feel like Christmas, you know? I mean, the older you get, like, to be honest, like, at this time of your life, like, in between being a true kid and having kids, Christmas doesn't really feel like Christmas. It doesn't. Like, it starts to feel like just a somewhat normal day, you know? Juarez coming on. Like, when you have kids, of course, it feels like Christmas because you're watching them open their presents and you're watching them live the spirit of Christmas. When you're a kid, you're opening presents. Then you're at, like, this little, when you're in this little window of time where you're not a kid, but you're not a parent, it's like, you may get presents, but it's not, you know, the kayfabe. Even if you still do your traditions, you know the kayfabe, you know what it is. You know, if you don't have snow, it sort of feels like somewhat of a normal day. It's like, yeah, it's a holiday, but it doesn't really hit the same, you know? I don't know. Happened to me once in 2019. I was wearing a t-shirt in Colorado in December. That's crazy. Same birthday. Same with birthdays. True. But that's just you. That's just you. At least with Christmas, there's like the second coming of Christmas, you know? There's the time where you're the one watching your kids open presents. It's like, and they don't know the kayfabe yet. It feels, I mean, I'm speaking from just what I've heard / hope. But I'm still like, and here's the weird part is like doing the trackathon like now. That's like, it's like, dude, like, it's like, dude, you know Santa isn't. I know it's kayfabe, but I've been doing NORAD track Santa for years since I was 4. Might as well just keep it going now until I don't care how weird it looks. Keep kayfabe. Come on. You know, that's like the one where it's like, you really shouldn't admit that you're like, it's like, I bet there's, dude, you really shouldn't admit you still do that. I've been doing the NORAD thing since I was 4. And at this point, might as well keep doing it. And then when my kid's old enough, I never have a kid. When my kid's old enough, I bring them into it. Like when they're like 4 or 5. Well, that's about at what worst 10 years, 12. Might as well keep it rolling. It ain't my birthday until January 20th. '70th minute. Oh, so you still okay? I'm not the only one. Really, I use NORAD, but I'm not the only one who's in this little what I like to call Christmas purgatory, so to speak. You know, like the Christmas countdown account. Yeah. Oh yeah, yours did. Yeah. Yep. 71st minute. You got the Christmas purgatory. Like, there are some presents you have, and there's still the traditions and all that. But in the middle of, like, you ain't really a kid no more, but you don't have kids. You don't have kids. 71st minute. And I guess some people who choose not to have kids will always be in that purgatory, but we have really went down the spectrum. We have really went on a spectrum of things today. 71st minute. Like, we have legitimately. We've talked about freeze-dried candy. We've talked about tornadoes. We've talked about weather. We've talked about Christmas traditions. Football. Like, sometimes we're on a roll. No need to grow up until you have kids is what I say. That's fair. That's fair. That's true. 72nd minute. True. 72nd minute. Oh, Mount, and also freeze-dried foods besides freeze-dried candy. America could give Man U a lot of trouble. Is that you, Sebi Salazar? Is that you? That is delusional. I think I just found out. Yeezus is Sebi Salazar. That is delusional. That is delusional. That is delusional. I think I just figured it out. Is that you, you delusional? You delusional troll? I had to. Is that you? Is that you, you delusional troll? America could give Man U trouble. Lol. That is delusional. That is delusional. You had me thinking. Well, 73rd minute. At best, he caught strays. And we'll make fun of Sebi anyway. It doesn't matter. Give Yeezus his no ball knowledge roll now. The Sebi Salazar roll. You have no ball knowledge and you're delusional as hell. You're delusional and you have no ball knowledge. Just like Sebi Salazar. The Sebi Salazar award. Shot. Blocked away. Rebound. Oh, blocked. Yeah, we're going to call it the Sebi Salazar roll. Rivera coming on for Comunicaciones. For Contreras. Well, that man played longer than I expected. 75th minute. Contreras is off. That man played longer than I expected him to play. He got crushed. Bow down, bow down. Header cleared. Herediano is holding on by dear life. Rivera for Contreras. Herediano is holding on for dear life. As if they don't. 15 minutes plus stoppage time to get to the semifinals. To be the third of 4 teams in the semifinals. Header. Shot. Top of the box. Shot. Goal! 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 Goal de Comunicaciones! 2-2. They have the aggregate lead on away goals. Honestly, TFC, my lord. Comunicaciones have the away goal lead. There it is. They've been energized since the chip, and they get their goal. What a shot. Herediano has to find one. Now it's up to them to find a goal. It's getting late. Oh, boy. Gonzalez scores. Eric Gonzalez scores the goal. He might just be the hero. 76th minute. Galaxy scored. F Seattle. I agree. 76th minute. Eric Gonzalez might just be the hero. Herediano has to score in 14 plus minutes. Honestly, right now, yes. Yes, they are. Herediano has to score a goal. Of course, not allow another, but Herediano has to score a third. Well, who would have thought? Wow. 77th minute. The backbreaker was not the backbreaker, but that could be a backbreaker. Is 904 still here? Douglas Costa scored for Galaxy. Is 904 still here? Messi might just have a chance to go to Guatemala, and Comunicaciones might just make sure that they ain't got to play a play-in for that to happen. Plays forward. I mean, Heath Slater still won matches. Ellsworth don't win none. Fernan Ferron gets a yellow card. 2-2, 2-2. Away goals to Comunicaciones if this holds. Foul, free kick. That's not good. Free kick for Comunicaciones. If they score a third this game, I wouldn't say it's wide open, but that means Herediano has to score 2. Again, any scoring draw eliminates Herediano on away goals. Herediano has to win outright, and they almost did. 78th minute, 12 minutes plus stoppage time. Will they run out of time? Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of Herediano. All my predictions are going up in smoke. Except Alajuelense, of course. Like, seriously, all my predictions are going up in smoke. I'm only going to be 1 for 4 in the freaking quarterfinals if Herediano doesn't score another goal. I thought Saprissa would beat Esteli. Esteli honestly beat Saprissa. I thought Motagua would beat Kai. Motagua choked. Herediano, they couldn't score an away goal. That pretty much did it for them. They may not be able to score a third here, but they also couldn't score an away goal. So, technically, because they would still have the lead. No, Comunicaciones leads 2-2. CONCACAF. It's playing in Herediano. No, it's main event, Yeezus. So what are you talking about? Herediano needs to start building some possession and fast. They got 10 minutes plus stoppage time to find a winner on the night and on aggregate. Now, by the way, let's look at the Caribbean Cup as it is, at least Group A. Let's look at that. Cavalier, 10 points. 3 wins, 1 draw. 10 points, Mocha with 3 wins and 1 loss. 9 points, Mocha is through. Cavalier and Mocha is 1-2. Harborview have qualified. Through no matter what. But Pantoja can either go through or Robin Hood can go through. Harborview will be through. Depends if it's first or second, though. That could change. But 3 or 4 teams are through to the semifinals. The Robin Hood game will decide the 4th in Caribbean Cup. And 3 of those 4 teams will go to the Champions Cup. One of those teams will miss out completely. 82nd minute, 2-2, dos a dos. Esta noche y global. Playing forward, 2-2. There's a sub. Late this month, we'll get the semifinals. In early November, finals in 3rd place will be in late November, early December. No, I don't want no mullet. I will keep the $5 bus fade. Torres for Araya. 83rd minute. I don't want no mullet. '83rd minute. Rapids postponed the game. Yep. I'm not surprised. Right now, not surprised. 84th minute, free kick for Herediano. Yeah, that chip shocked him so much that it freaking knocked him out. Like that chip, that half-field chip made Herediano just, that knocked him out. That was the punch that they were knocked out on their feet, to be honest. Let's see if they header. Let's see if the freaking referee didn't notice. And they can jump back up and hulk up. But they got 5 minutes plus stoppage time to do it. Can they hulk up? Can they hulk up and get that winning goal? Right now, they're knocked out on their feet. Right now, they're knocked out on their feet. 85th minute, 2-2, dos a dos. Esta noche y global, 2-2 on the night and on aggregate. Here comes Herediano. They got to score a third. Any way, any means necessary. Cross in. Header. Falls down into the center of the box. Shot. Volleyed. That'll go out for a corner. Corner. Santos Laguna 1-1 Tijuana. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. Tijuana's woken up. Jolos has woken up recently. I don't know what it is. 86th minute. But they've woken up. Them Jolos boys have woken up. 86th minute. Cross in. Header. Missed. Brought down by Comunicaciones. That'll be cleared. They got time. Time is honestly on their side. Thoughts on America's performance? I didn't watch. Free kick 4. I didn't watch. So they play yesterday or today? Yesterday, okay. Actually, I could just go to Liga MX and go through there. All right. 4-0 against Pachuca. They dominated. That's my thoughts. They dominated. They were the better team by far. Pachuca, they had no answer. Quinones, Martins, and Deas Rodriguez. Yeah, they didn't have no answer. It was a pretty dominant win. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Dominant 4. Tijuana woken up. 87th minute. Herediano get a free kick. 3 minutes plus stoppage time. They're knocking at the door, or their sands are running out of their hourglass. The hourglass is running out. Shot! Over the bar. 4-1 LAFC. Shot goes over the bar for Herediano. That may have been the chance. Goal kick. Corner, actually. Corner. Good. But that might have been the chance. 88th minute. Herediano might have just missed their chance. Corner. Corner taken. Cross in. Header. Past the post. Miguel Tapia own goal. It's the LAFC game. Speaking of Western Conference, St. Louis is losing to Vancouver. But they did clinch first place, so who gives a shit? Tapia's own goal. Yep. I don't care. Let's see if Richie Larea scored. Brian White. Who was the assist? Assisted by Ranko. Richie is playing, though. All right. 89th minute. Herediano has a minute and change. A minute plus stoppage time to find the goal to put themselves through. They thought they were through. Header. Plays down. Shot. Block. Corner. It's not a handball. They think it's a handball, but there's not going to be a VAR check. Corner. St. Louis rotated. Fair enough. Well, yeah, they just clinched first anyway. It doesn't matter. And they had the most wins in a freaking expansion season anyway. Let me see. Header. I mean, I didn't see a handball there, but it doesn't matter. There's no VAR. Corner. Unless the freaking AR wanted to discuss something, but it doesn't matter. Ball crossed in the 90th minute. Brought down. Still Herediano. 90th minute. Corner. Into the 90th minute. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Herediano has 6 minutes to score a goal to get this tie back. That's out for a goal kick. 6 minutes. 6 minutes or they're out. Goal kick. 6 minutes or they're eliminated. 6 minutes, get a goal or eliminated. It's that simple. Tigres, Toluca down to 10. Well, Tigres should win that game then. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Header. Plays forward. Nice. Oh, foul. Yep, free kick with 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go, free kick for Herediano. Ooh. Yep, that's a free kick. Yep. Rivera gives it away. This might be the chance. Herediano can't let this slip. Cruz, the substitute at the half, going to take the free kick. 92nd minute. Swings it in. Header. Goal! 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 Goal de Herediano! 3-2. That might be the one. CS Herediano walks on the plank and says, ain't no way we're jumping off. We're getting our ship back. And they got the lead, 3-2, 3-2. Herediano got the header and no VAR. So he was onside anyway. Doesn't matter. Goal. 3-2 in stoppage time. What a ride. Boom. Herediano fought back. They hulked up and fought back. There it is. Did Sayala go get a third? 93rd minute. Ferron, who's on a yellow card, got the header. Fernand Ferron gets the winner, possibly the winner. They have 3 minutes to hold. You cannot let this slip. 3 minutes. 3 minutes and you're through to the semifinals in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. If you allow one, you're going to a play-in game. Wow. What a header by Ferron. What a header. That goes out for a goal kick with 2 minutes to go. Comunicaciones thought they landed the knockout punch. Herediano hulks up and knocks one of their own. Hits the knockout punch of their own. And the count is on. Comunicaciones needs a goal in 2 minutes. But then again, with the way this game is going, I ain't going to question it. I ain't going to say it's over till it's over. And who's to say we don't play more than 6 minutes either? Free kick. That would help, though. Free kick for Herediano. That will help take the time away. I don't know if he made that shot. Good header. Salvago gets the header. Or gets the free kick. 1 minute to go. Herediano back in the CONCACAF Champions Cup if this result goes their way. But that's a bad giveaway. He slipped. He might have slipped. Or he did slip, but he might have slipped away. He might have pulled a Gerard. 1 minute to go. I'd take that thing to the corner. Screw it. Gives away. 1 minute to go. Any minute now. Throw in. Any minute now. Any moment now. Lescano coming on. Lescano for Comunicaciones coming on. 30 seconds. Any moment now. Could be the decider. Throw in. Header. Falls down. Clear the ball. 20 seconds. 20 seconds to a Champions Cup berth and a semifinal berth for either team. Comunicaciones scores, they got it. Herediano holds defensively, they have it. 5 seconds, throw in. And here comes a chippy fight to make sure that time starts to run. The AR's in it too. You just knew this game was going to go longer than 96 minutes. You just knew. Lescano's on for Robles. Anangono's gotten pissed. He's in the face of a player. Ferron. Throw in. Could be the last chance. Long throw. Header falls down into the box. Shot over the bar. Over the bar. Over the bar. And that might have been the last gasp. And the game's still chippy. 97th minute. It ain't over yet. Cruz. Over the bar. And here comes a big old fight. Honestly, blow the damn whistle at this point. And it's full time. It is full time in Costa Rica. CS Herediano wins the tie. 3-2 on the night and on aggregate. They got the late goal, and they blow the whistle. Rightfully so, but there still could be a fight. Rightfully so. But 3-2 on the night. 3-2 on aggregate. 3-2 esta noche y global. Herediano is through. Ferron saves them with the header in the 90-plus third. With 3 minutes to go, Ferron puts one away. They hulk up and get it done. On a yellow card, and he just... There you go. With that being said, congratulations to Herediano. Felicitaciones de la Herediano. Avanzar a las semifinales de la CONCACAF Copa Central Americana de la CONCACAF y boleto avanzar de la Copa Campeones de la CONCACAF. Commiserations to Comunicaciones. They have to play the play-in. Herediano will play the winner of Alajuelense Cartaginés, which it looks like Alajuelense, which means Comunicaciones will play Cartaginés in that play-in. It looks like it. It very likely will be that. That will likely be the case. But congratulations to Herediano. Well-deserved. They almost blew it, but they got it done. Well-deserved win for Herediano. Comunicaciones has to play another 180 minutes to get to the Champions Cup. Things are starting to fill in. But there you go. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put it in the playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. Also, I'll see you tomorrow for a live watch along of both Club Atletico Pantoja versus SV Robin Hood in the Caribbean Cup, and to decide Group B's second place team, and of course the second leg of Alajuelense versus Cartaginés to decide who finishes out the semifinal pairings of this tournament. And that'll be a review as well. So we got 2 things tomorrow, 2 lives, 1 review, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.